What is the dumbest thing you've ever seen a man do to prove their manhood? This one kid at my old school ate a bee to prove he wasn't scared of them. I'll bet he was, after he tried that shit. Narrator, turns out there were plenty of reasons to be scared of bees. Snort paprika. Edit. Thought this would be a throwaway comment and have to say I'm blown away by the amount of stupid shit you guys have snorted before. You're all complete morons and absolute legends. Thanks for the laughs. And RIP to all of your noses. PSH. KN or nothing. You joke. But my roommate just finished telling me not more than 3 days ago that he did this to impress a girl once. Snorted KN pepper. Jump off a balcony onto an uneven, rocky hillside. The first time he did it, he only got a few scrapes. Second time, he broke his leg and wouldn't admit he needed medical attention until 24 hours later when he passed out from the pain. Technically passing out isn't admittance. Man here. I concur. He didn't tap out. Try to ride an alligator. A friend in Florida told me about their Florida man who saw a manatee laying the edge of a river, seeking to show off. He decided to jump from the bank above, 4 to 5 feet up, and try to land on its back. What he didn't know is it was dead and bloated. He basically pierced it in the center, landing on the bottom of the river. When he stood up to scream, it was all over his face. I think this is the best outcome TBH. If it had been alive, he could have broken its bones and it would have slowly starved to death. Or he would have been attacked by a manatee. Knew a dude who said oven mitts are for pussies and then proceeded to grab a hot pizza tray out of the oven barehanded. This is the dumbest one I read. You read the one about the guy and the crocodile, right? Shoot a bottle rocket out of his ass crack. Hold TF up. Oh yeah, we used to do this for sure lol. Except it would get stuck sometimes. Light his arm on fire with lighter fluid. He had to have skin grafts. Yikes. Dumbus. Smart people use alcohol. I have a feeling that this isn't what smart people do at all. Light his balls on fire. I feel like that's more destroying your manhood rather than proving it. How else can he prove that he had balls of steel? Refused to say the word selfie. Dude called it a selfus because selfie sounded too girly. I know what I'm calling it from now on to annoy the shit out of younger people. I'm gonna call it a selfer. Hey, let's take a selfer. Light his leg on fire with Axe body spray and sustained 3rd-degree burns as a result. We all just talked shit how stupid he was, but he wanted to show us how dangerous he was. It was funny, I will say that. I did laugh until I fell to the ground because he panicked and flailed after he lit himself on fire and jumped over a fence for no reason. There was absolutely no reason to jump a chain link fence to put out a fire. Then he complained for like 2 weeks how bad his leg hurt. Like, no ducking shit, dumbass. If all he did was complain for 2 weeks, he didn't get a 3rd-degree burn. Get branded. Edit. Fraternities do it. My ex has 2 brands on his pelvis and 1 on his chest. His frat bro has 24, including his tongue. Others find out too late that they don't scare like normal, they keloid, which is like a bubbly looking scar tissue growing over where the brand was supposed to be. He had to have surgery to remove it. Turned green and pus filled while healing and left with huge ugly scars. Did we go to high school together? Branding is relatively common in frats. Proposed to a woman who doesn't love him back because she said he isn't man enough for commitment. Edit. Didn't know this would blow up, so here's how it went down. Dude proposes. Girl says it's half-hearted and it was she who dared him to, so it isn't acceptable. Dude tries again later with more gimmicks and shit. Girl still didn't accept. They end up wasting time and money and pissed off quite a few who helped set all those up. They break up and we pretended to be shocked. Wasn't really sure if the girl was cheating, but she got married soon after that. Dude got a new girl a year later and married her a year after they got together. They both have families now, but the two still ignore each other when there's a gathering. These two are my friends back in college. Probably a dodged bullet on both sides. That's just 2 more bullets flying around waiting to hit the rest of us. I remember a tourist local fought a crocodile once to get a girl's number. He lost, but somehow the girl still agreed to a date. It wasn't a crocodile if he lost and could still go on the date. Coming from a server, man literally said he didn't need or want help. Maybe he didn't want to share the tip? Who knows bro? Anyway, carried 15 drinks on one tray with 2 full coffee pots and broke every single glass. Did not see that man after that shift. Tried to do this all with one hand. I was at a packed comedy show last year. It was the late show, so this is round 2 for the staff, and they seemed very understaffed based on the service. There were 2 guys sitting across us at our table, and this waitress starts getting shaky with one of those serving trays completely loaded with mixed drinks. There could have been 20 drinks on that thing. It all came crashing down, and the dude across from us got soaked. After that they avoided our table like the plague. One worker walked by while we were waiting for towels and asked what happened, and the dude told her and she laughed. Can't believe the dude didn't lose his shit. Remember that solar eclipse we had a while ago? Like 3-ish years ago? Yeah, an idiot that I know thought he was tough enough to stare at it. Edit. No, it wasn't Trump. I didn't know he did that. And no, you're not creative or clever for suggesting that after the last 30 people have already brought it up. Had 2 buddies have a competition to see who could look at someone welding for the longest. Both of them didn't show up to school for a week or so. What's wrong with looking at someone welding? Was he that ugly? Purposefully get kicked in the nuts. I remember when I was in college, frat boys played this game called Rochambeau, where 2 guys squared off and each took a turn kicking the other in the nuts. Whoever lasted the longest won. Link B/D0H1RSBMLKM. That'll most likely destroy your manhood, not prove it. It works best if you're born without your nuts. I knew of a dude in the army that dangled his testicles over a fire ant hill in Fort Benning, Georgia. Those fire ants will kill a mouse or a lizard instantly. He was hospitalized for a long time and did not finish training with us. That's one way to get out of the army. Get knocked out on purpose. Yes, this is the dumbest thing people do intentionally. Brain trauma is not manly. Trying to outdrink his friends. It just turns into a bunch of dudes all drinking more than they can handle and ruining their night, and sometimes ruining everybody else's night too. Very stupid yet very common. Staple themselves. Here comes the stapler. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Apostrophe. The I'm not cold guy and his cousin. The sunblock is for pussies guy. The former likes to stand around outside in the snow in just a t-shirt and shorts, making fun of men dressed properly for winter. The later thinks real men aren't afraid of sunburns or skin cancer and ridicules men that use sunblock. Both are equally stupid. I used to be the I'm not cold guy, not to impress people and certainly not to make fun of other people. Just genuinely wasn't cold. Turns out my metabolism isn't what it was when I was 16. I now wear sweaters. Apparently cold tolerance is something that your early childhood environment has an effect on. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.